What's up guys, welcome back to Finance to Fly. My name is Luke and I'm here to help you elevate your travel while minimizing your spending. Today we're going to be going over Marriott's top tier card from Amex, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. So to start things off, you do get a massive $650 annual fee. This is the highest among all the hotel cards out there. And you do get 95,000 points after 6,000 spent in the first 6 months. For earnings rates, this card follows the Marriott's 632 model or 642 model, but it's 632 for this card. You're going to earn 6 points per dollar spent on Marriott properties, 3 points per dollar spent on restaurant and airfare, and then 2 points per dollar spent everywhere else. For benefits of this card, you'll get a $25 monthly dining credit for a total of $300. That pretty much means you're paying half that annual fee just to get it back through a dining credit. I don't really like it, but hey, you get that. You'll get Platinum Elite status, which is what their mid-tier level status is. You'll get Priority Pass Select 25 Elite Night credits, a TSA/Global Entry credit, and then a $100 credit at paid Ritz-Carlton and St. Regis stays, as well as an 85,000 point free night award on your card anniversary. So what is this card worth? Well, you're going to get that $300 back from the dining credit as long as you use your card to pay for one dining purchase a month, at least $25 or more. So you can get $300 back immediately on that. Next, you'll get Priority Pass Select, which I would value at $100 at least. Depending on if this is your only card that has Priority Pass, this is a benefit to you. If you've had other cards with Priority Pass before, then really there is no benefit to you by holding another Priority Pass. Then in terms of monetary value, I would say the Platinum status is worth something, especially over in East Asian countries and Europe and stuff like that. And that's just for the upgrades. The big real benefit of the Platinum status is you do get free breakfast, which can definitely save you money where you're staying, especially if you're staying at higher end properties. I know at some Ritz-Carltons I've looked at, breakfast is like $60 a day per person, which is insane. But I'd value this at about $100 in savings, very conservative level, just because you might not get upgrades at all with it, and you might only get to use the free breakfast once or twice depending on your situation, but $100 there in value easily. Lastly, and the most valuable perk, you get an 85,000 point free night award with Marriott. This is a really good award, and as long as Marriott doesn't continue to value their points, it can be used for most upscale bookings. I mean, you can top it off with another 15,000 points to make it a 100,000 point free night award, but it can save you at least $1,000 depending on where you're staying at one time. I know I looked at bookings for the Ritz-Carlton in Vienna and it would have saved me $2,000 a night. I looked at the St. Regis in Rome and it would have saved me $1,200 a night. Obviously I wouldn't pay those in cash, but because I have the free night award, I'm able to stay there instead of another hotel that would be cheaper. I get to experience one of these ultra luxury hotels since I do have the free night award and it's cheaper. But in total, I would value this at around $500 conservatively, because you can easily get $500 worth of value using this free night award. In total, you'll get roughly $1,000 in value through all of the perks that they give you. You're paying $650 in annual fees for it though, so it'll get you ahead about by $350, which is pretty good, but it's still not a great margin. Now moving on to redemptions, we're going to take advantage of the 5th night free perk on each one of these redemptions just because you get that with the Platinum status, and assuming you did get this card, you do have Elite status, or you pretty much have Elite status from one of the other Marriott cards. It's always good to use the 5th night free perk when you can, because it just makes your points a lot more valuable. So for this redemption, we're going to stay in a place that I've stayed before and actually reviewed, put it on the channel. It's the Nobis Hotel in Stockholm, Sweden. It's an absolutely fantastic hotel, and I definitely would recommend it if you are going to Stockholm. It's right in the heart of the city. I mean, literally downtown on the water. It's right next to a nice big plaza, walking distance to everything. It's beautiful hotel, very nice seating area, everything was great about the hotel. And when I stayed there, I did pay for it in points, but I know I've seen cash bookings for like $200 a night, so it's not that expensive when it comes to cash rates either compared to other hotels we've reviewed on this channel before. That being said, a 5-night stay there will be about 219,000 points, while the cash rate is just around 22,000 krona, which is around 2,000 US dollars. At the time of this recording, it was a 9 cents per krona to the US dollar conversion rate. You don't get a full cent per point value out of it, because once you take the taxes and fees out of the cash cost and then divide by the points amount, you do get a 0.91 cent per point rate, which is still pretty good for your Marriott value, but you can definitely get more value out of it with other stays, but this wouldn't be the worst stay you could possibly have. Next up, we're going to take a trip over to Hawaii and stay at a new hotel, the new Ritz-Carlton Oahu, the Turtle Bay one. And for this redemption for a 5-night stay, it's going to cost 468,000 points, whereas you would be paying around $5,600 in cash rate for those 5 nights. That will get you a nice cool 1.2 cent per point in value, and it's pretty good value for your Marriott points. Really good, honestly. Anything over 1 cent per point value, I definitely would jump on, because Marriott points continue to get devalued. This is a good redemption. Last up on the list, I did find a very interesting option, especially when you're traveling with a lot of people. Say you're traveling with your whole family or whatnot. This is a really good option for points in terms of traveling with 5-6 people. That being said, it's a 2-bedroom villa in Fiji. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? It is a Sheraton hotel though, so it might not be the best quality, it might be a little bit dated, but who cares? This is pretty cool. You can redeem your points for a 2-bedroom villa, maybe even 3. I know that I've seen that before on there too. But that being said, a 5-night stay will only cost you 315,000 points, and that same room cost will cost almost $8,700, which would give you a 2.75 cent per point value for your Marriott points, and is incredible value for your Marriott points. Pretty much 175% more value than you can really get from your Marriott points on average. This is a great redemption. I definitely would jump on. Obviously though, you do have to fly to Fiji, and that's not going to be cheap. If you can get that flight to Fiji for little, I know I was looking at this redemption to actually do with some friends. I think you can get economy class tickets for like 80 to 90,000 points round trip, which again is not bad. But again, if you are traveling with family or something and this is going to be a longer trip to Fiji, this is a great way to use your Marriott points to get the hotel stay for free. So now for my thoughts on who this card is for. And my honest opinion on this card, it is a very high annual fee that may or may not be able to be justified. There's not much of a difference between this card and the other Marriott cards, besides that 3 or 4 point earnings rates that's in the middle. Between this card and other Marriott cards, you get different categories, or maybe you'll get a limit on the amount of points you'll get with the 1 or 2 points more than the regular 2 points per dollar spent on everything else. But what would I really value in this card? It's the platinum status. That reason being is because you can get silver and gold status pretty much from every single Marriott card that you have. Honestly, if you don't have Marriott status, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's pretty simple to get. Almost every single card that you can get, even the Amex Platinum, the Amex Business Platinum, maybe even the Sapphire Reserve can even get you some type of status with Marriott. I mean, it's really easy to get those first 2, but this is the first like step in status that you actually have to stay to get it. Other than this card, you can get it with this card obviously, but the $650 annual fee may defer a lot of people to not want to get it. And it's honestly not the worst annual fee, because you get $300 back through your dining credit. You get that 85,000 free night award, both which eat up the annual fee pretty easily. But if you are just getting this card for the free night award, go sign up for the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, and then product change into the Ritz-Carlton a year later. You only pay a $450 annual fee. You'll get a $300 travel credit, and then you'll get an 85,000 free night award, making it effectively $200 cheaper than the option is for the Brilliant. That being said, the Brilliant does fall into this category where it kind of does make sense to have for those that are not achieving platinum status but staying at a Marriott a bunch throughout the year. Reason being is because of the free breakfast perk. For a great example, just to throw numbers out there, say breakfast averages about $30 per person per night per stay, right? So you're gonna pay $30. Say you're staying a bunch of 1-night stays, you're gonna pay $30 in the morning for breakfast, give or take. Obviously, you can go somewhere else, get it cheaper, like a Starbucks, whatever. But say you're just at the hotel, you want to get breakfast in the morning, it's going to be about $30 depending on where you're staying. In order to make this card really worth it, the platinum status really worth it, you got to get more value out of that breakfast than whatever the annual fee is you're paying. Obviously it's $350 when you subtract the dining credit, but for me, because I really don't want to include the dining credit in the annual fee, it's $650. So pretty much I would need to say 22 nights at Marriott's where I would be paying for a breakfast of $30 on on average, or 11 nights where the average is $30 for breakfast and I'm staying with someone else. Pretty much somewhere where there's a break even with the annual fee, and then the breakfast perk is getting more value out of it than what the annual fee pays for. So if you are getting platinum status already and you've had it for years and you're thinking about this card, I wouldn't say this card is for you, considering you already get the breakfast perk. You're just going to be paying $650, a $300 dining credit, and a $350 free night award, which you can get for $150 if you effectively annual fee the Ritz-Carlton card. So with that being said, who do I think this card is for? I think this card is for anyone who stays at Marriott, wants the free breakfast, but doesn't have enough stays throughout the year to have platinum status or ever get platinum status. Once you get platinum status naturally through stays, there isn't really a big reason to hold this card other than the earnings rate, but you can get those same earnings rates for lower cards. I do think this does have a place for those who are staying around 1 through 30 times a year, staying at higher end places where breakfast is more expensive, because the biggest benefit of this card is a free breakfast. If you can get free breakfast naturally through platinum, I don't think this card is for you. If you are not going to take advantage of the free breakfast, I don't think this card is for you. If you want free breakfast, can take advantage of it, don't mind paying a $650 annual fee, and stay enough times in Marriott's where the breakfast that you would have been paying originally is going to outweigh the annual fee of this card, then I do think it's for you. I hope that all made sense. I know I kind of rambled a little bit about annual fees, breakfast making sense for the annual fees. I hope it all made sense, but it made sense to me, so if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, wrapping things up, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you have this card? Do you stay at Marriott's? Is Marriott your go-to property? Did I get anything wrong? Do you have any questions? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day.